We're here with Dustin Bowersox from color management company Datacolor, as well as Andrew Fraser from Mocean Group, a private label swimwear company, to discuss apparel sourcing strategies, as well as the importance of color in the development process. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So Dustin, why is it important for apparel companies, and really all soft good companies, to get color right?
Typical metrics in percentages is that about 85% of buy, no buy decisions from a consumer perspective are color plays a pivotal role in that decision. Clearly, that elevates the need for accurate, on-trend color to be delivered, designed and then executed by the supply chain. Taking it further, as you mentioned, soft goods, soft home, for example, color becomes even more critical from a cohesiveness perspective when you talk about bath, towels, and hard goods within aligning and being cohesive together. Color becomes not only aesthetically important, but it also becomes critical to impression of quality. Now, mismatch in color cohesiveness actually, to the consumer, indicates a lack of quality.
So, Andrew, given the role that color does play at retail, it's a main focus for designers. But what are they sacrificing in pursuit of this perfection?
Well, as development calendars get shorter and shorter as companies want to be trend right, we have to realize we need to get credit for that color trend in the market, but a lot of times it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. And so there's that balance of getting a good color, but also doing it in a timely manner so that we can get production out in a timely manner and service our retailers and our brands.
So, Dustin, what does having the right mill partner mean for the rest of the organization?
Yeah, ultimately, you're looking for those mill partners who can take on accountability of responsibilities that historically have maybe been managed within the brand themselves. Sophisticated mills, if you select the correct ones, they've proven a performance to deliver the brand's quality expectations. You can relinquish the validation steps for color approval, or even their help in design phases. Again, mills are elevating their expertise to be able to market to a larger audience. And so relying on those folks to take on responsibilities allows brands and retailers to free up internal resources to focus on other customer-focused activities.
So Andrew, you and I, we've had several offline conversations about the need for speed and how companies are trying to achieve this. But what would you say are some of the critical things and steps they need to take in order to really shorten the calendar and achieve this speed to market strategy?
That would be the use of technology that's available today. So the scientific evaluation instruments where we can communicate color back and forth over the globe in minutes, not weeks. That, and then knowing what the expectation is of the end use product. If they're doing one fabric and they have no idea that they're doing the second fabric and they have to look good together, then that goes into the communication of the end product. And having pre-production meetings with the mills so that they understand what the end goal is something that I think really needs to be relooked at.
Do you think companies are spending enough time in the mills, in the factories, working hands-on?
Not at all. I think boots on the ground is the best way to understand what's happening to your production and your product.
And that should certainly speed up development and speed to, that's probably critical to a speed to market strategy.
It is. Mill evaluations where you go in and you assess the mill, you assess their capabilities, you assess what they're good at. And a lot of times you will say, I'm skipping this mill because this mill will do a much better job on the fabrication and the expectation that I have.
Dustin, what else do you think, in addition to what Andrew mentioned, what else can companies do to really shorten the development cycle?
Smart color selection, relinquishing those responsibilities, again, to let the mills be the experts. If you set a clear plan for what are the requirements for that product, and the mill, using objective means, can indicate that they have met those requirements, allow that approval to go through more quickly, allow production to be executed more quickly without the development timeline that ultimately adds no value to selling products. Again, focus on what the consumer is going to actually purchase and take on.
I know there may not be a specific statistic behind this, but when you speak to your clients, How often when they get a first sample or the, a pre-production, how often is the color so far off from what they want?
A typical term used in the industry is best can do. Not a very scientific word, but it's an industry recognized term. I've seen best can do rates 20, 25%. Really depends on the type of fabrications that are being utilized. One of the challenges these days is the technical fabrications continue to grow. It's not just 100% cotton or nylon or polyester. It's innovative fiber types coming together, which really challenge predicting color palettes success rates. But again, that's important to understand that, to characterize that, and then to communicate that in the design phase in order to shrink that development timeline.
So that proves Andrew's points even more, that unless they're using this digital technology that's out there, we're going to have even more lag times as material innovation continues to grow and there's more and more fabrics out there. All right, very interesting, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it.